Good morning children. Welcome back to English online class of Sri Gokulam Public School, Guruvayur. I am Demya, your English teacher. I hope all my dear children are taking care of yourselves. Yes? So children, be at home and be safe. Okay? Okay, then let's start our today's session. We are discussing adjectives from your grammar text. Today we will discuss the last topic of this chapter, degrees of comparison or degrees of adjectives. So, by now you are familiar with the term adjectives, isn't it? Still, let's have a recap of what are adjectives. In short, adjectives are describing words. The words that describe nouns. I hope you remember what is a noun, right? So, what is a noun? Nouns are naming words. Names of anything in this world. For example, Akshay, Shravan, Durga, Devananda, school, girl, boy, student, happiness, etc. All these are nouns. So what are adjectives, children? Adjectives are the words that are used to describe nouns. For example, Ganim is an obedient boy. Here, which is adjective, children? Here, the word or the adjective is obedient. Why obedient is an adjective? Because obedient describes the noun boy. How is the boy or how is Ganim? He is an obedient boy. So, obedient is an adjective. I am describing the quality of Ganim. So, it becomes adjective. Another example, Allya is a brilliant orator. Here, which is adjective, children? Here it is brilliant. Because how well she is as an orator, she is a brilliant orator. So, the word brilliant or the adjective brilliant is describing the noun orator. So here brilliant is the adjective. I know you all know what are adjectives. Still we just had a recap of what we have studied. Okay, then let's move to today's topic, degrees of comparison or degrees of adjectives. Look children, I have a small bottle with me. I also have a thesaurus with me. It's a small book. So I can say this is a small book. Or I can say this book is as small as the bottle. This book is as small as the bottle. So here I am making comparisons. Let me take one more book. See children. So here also I am going to describe the size of these two books. I am going to say this book is smaller than this book. So here I am comparing two objects. Now let me take one more book. See. So how is the size of this book? This is the biggest book. So here I am making comparisons between two or more objects. Here I am making comparisons between two or more books. So children, degrees of comparisons are used for the purpose of comparing persons, places or things. When we want to compare two or more persons, places or things, the adjectives that describe them takes different forms. And the three forms are positive degree, comparative degree and superlative degree. So adjectives, when they describe their nouns, they take different forms and the forms are called comparative, superlative and positive degree. Let's move to the first one, positive degree. Positive degree is a basic form of an adjective. For example, Ihsan is a studious boy. Here studious is the adjective. I am describing Ihsan. So positive degree is used to describe the quality of the noun or it is used to compare similar qualities. Another example, Safan is as studious as Ihsan. Here I am comparing two persons. Those both are different persons. They are different persons but they have a similar quality. What is the similar quality? They both are studious boys. So Ihsan is as studious as Safan, means both are equally studious. Now next one, second one, comparative degree. When we want to compare two persons, places or things, we make use of comparative degree. For example, Shivananda is more talented than Meera. Here I am making comparison between two persons. But they both have a similar quality. What is that? They have some talent. So I am comparing their talent, their quality, talent. So talent is the adjective in this sentence. Shivananda is more talented than Meera. Now let's move to the third one, superlative degree. We make use of superlative degree when we want to compare two or more persons, places or things. When we want to compare two or more persons, places or things, we make use of superlative degree. For example, Kiran is the best child in the school. So, best is the adjective over there. Or Kiran is the smartest boy. So, that smartest is the adjective in this sentence. So, I hope you understood when to use positive degree, when to use comparative degree and superlative degree. Yes? So, positive degree is a basic form of an adjective. When we want to compare two persons, places or things, we use comparative degree. When we want to compare two or more persons, places or things, we use superlative degree. Now, let's see the ways of forming superlative degree or comparative degree. Let's see how the changes are made in the comparative degree and superlative degree. Now, let's see the ways of forming comparative degree and superlative degree. The ways of forming comparative degree is to add more before the adjective or by adding the suffix er at the end of the adjectives. For example, more brilliant, or we can say smarter, smart, smarter, brilliant, more brilliant. Now let's see how to form superlative degree. We can add est at the end of the adjective, or we can add most before the adjective. For example, most beautiful, or we can say biggest. est we can add at the end of the adjective. So that is how we form comparative degree and superlative degree. The next rule is that if the adjectives ends in e, the adjectives ends in the letter e, we can make use of r for making comparative degree and st for superlative degree. For example, large. Large, the word large, it ends in e. So you just have to add r to make it comparative and st to make it superlative. Large, larger, largest. Wise, wiser, wisest. W-I-S-E, wise. W-I-S-E-R, wiser and wisest. W-I-S-E-S-T. So if the adjective it ends in E, you can just add R to make comparative and ST to make superlative. Now if the adjective, if it ends in Y and there is a consonant before Y, so you can replace Y with I. For example, funny. The word funny, it is an adjective, it ends in Y. So you can replace that Y with I. And before the Y, you can see the letter N, right? So N is a consonant. So if there is a consonant before Y and if the letter ends with Y, you can replace Y with I. And you can add ER and EST to make superlative and comparative. ER to make comparative and EST to make superlative. The next rule, if the positive degree has just one syllable and if it ends with a single consonant, means if there are no consonants before that, then you can double that consonant. For example, big. The word big, it is an adjective. It ends with a single consonant. It is a single syllable also. Single syllable means you can say that, utter that word or pronounce that word with just one puff of air. So it makes a syllable. So if you can say just with one puff of air, it becomes one syllable, and that the word big, it has only one consonant, and before the letter G it is I. I is a vowel. So if it ends with single consonant and if it is a single syllable word, then you can double that consonant. For example, big. G is a consonant. You can double G. You can use double G. Bigger, biggest. If it is fat, fat is also a single syllable word or a monosyllabic word. So you can double the consonant. Which is the last consonant? It is fat. T. T is the last consonant. So you can double the T. Fatter, fattest. You can use double T in comparative degree and superlative degree. And the last one, if it is a lengthy word, if the word has more than 2 syllables, you can use more before the adjective to make it comparative and most before the adjective to make it superlative degree. We have discussed it in the beginning. So these are some of the rules for changing the forms, of the adjectives in order to make it comparative and superlative degree. So I hope you understood today's topic. So that's all for today, children. Let's conclude the session, children. Thank you, children.